Hey guys, hey, welcome to another episode of a Film Life Vlog. So as you can see, I'm in a different setting here. Right here is my studio where I do most of my music, and I'm just gonna do a little spin around so you guys can see how this place looks like. I'm still setting it up. But for now, I wanted to focus on this lovely camera here. I have been testing this camera for a few months now. It's a point and shoot camera. As you can see, it's got quite a unique design right there. Ergonomically speaking, it's a very interesting look. I simply love the shape of this. It reminds me of the Olympus MJU cameras, which most of you are familiar with. I have a feeling that this camera was actually designed to compete with the Olympus MJUs. To be honest with you, after seeing the results from this camera, I was literally quite impressed. For some of the photos, I was quite blown away. Now, I must say that I loved shooting with this camera for the most part. The only thing I did not like about this camera was this viewfinder. So small. It's not like the other point and shoot cameras that I'm familiar with, that I have shot with. One thing I love about this camera is the look of it, how ergonomic it is. It fits nicely in my hand. I also like the simplicity of the features. And speaking of features, the on and off button is just right there. So you just press onto it and it just opens like that. And you'll notice that the flash would open partially like that. In order to set the flash, you're just gonna have to lift it fully like that. Yeah, and that's really how it works. And basically, shoot. When you're done, you hold onto the button, and when you do, it will just close the lens like that. And then you can just shut this, and then you're good to go. Now, some of the features on this camera is the ability to set the date to display on your images. I made a mistake actually when I shot with this camera. I didn't bother to change the date. I had the dates for some of them displaying 1997, which was kind of weird. You're able to set the date using these buttons right there. It has some main shooting modes here, which is basically landscape mode. It's got the night mode, it's got the close-up mode, and then it's also got the auto mode. So when it's in the auto mode, the camera will determine how far your subject is from you and automatically will set everything for you. And so you just cycle through the modes just by pressing this button, just like that. It's pretty simple. Another feature that it's got a self timer. I believe that would be about 10 seconds on this. And also it will have the flash. You can set this flash to disengage the flash on and off. It's also got the red eye correction flash mode over here as well. The other thing that you should note is that at some modes, you're not able to change the flash. It will actually change the flash. For example, in the night mode, such as this one right here, the flash is always gonna be on, right? In the landscape mode, there's no flash, which kind of makes sense. So depending on the mode that you're shooting with, it will actually affect your flash setting over here as well. So overall, this camera is lovely, guys. Just a lovely little camera. I think it competes pretty nicely with the Olympus MJU cameras. And I must say I was really impressed with it. I wasn't expecting much from it, especially considering I was having some issues with a viewfinder. But I was pleasantly surprised, and I must say this camera actually is one of those gems that most people probably don't know about. And if you don't have the money to afford an Olympus MJU, for example, I would say go for this camera. And as you'll be able to see from the quality of the images that will be coming up, it performs very nicely. This camera actually performs pretty much on par with some SLRs that I've shot with, and I could even say that it even outperforms some SLRs that I've shot with. And I will certainly be taking this camera out with my family. It's very convenient to shoot with, and it produces really very good results. I must say that the results are not excellent, but it's very good. For landscape, oh man, the sharpness of the lens and the sharpness of the images that I was getting from this camera was just incredible. When it comes to focusing for portraits, I noticed that this camera does a bit of searching. The subjects are not always going to be in focus. The focusing system is not great, but when it does focus, it takes very nice and sharp images. So that said, hey, let's get to the images. This camera is actually quite amazing. Hey, so welcome back, and I hope you did enjoy looking at those images. I was quite impressed with the quality of the images from this camera, and I will certainly be going back to shoot with this camera for sure. I'm back to doing this regularly now that most of the work in this house is done and the move is pretty much almost complete. I'm back to doing this again and just having fun again, and you'll be seeing a lot more videos going forward, and I look forward to sharing a lot more with you. As a matter of fact, I have so much backlog of photos that I've shot and things that I've purchased that I have not even unboxed yet because I've been waiting for just the time to be able to do it. And now that I have a bit more time, I'll be able to do that. So I do look forward to sharing those episodes with you guys. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And as always, stay safe.